I built it strong. Hard as nails and cold as stone. It keeps me dry out of the rain, and when I'm scared it keeps me safe. My one and only shelter from the storm. But when you come around, it all falls down to pieces.
Hey guys, this is Susan, and I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now at Norrisong Productions, about to release my debut album. A year ago, I met David Norris, and I came to Nashville thinking that I would just songwrite with David because he's an amazing songwriter. But this ended up being a great project that he has produced, and we have together developed something I'm very excited to release.
My hands, last of your evidence, scene of the crime, dust her for fingerprints. If not for me, baby, you'd still be selling cars in misery. I took no trace, I burned the dirty laundry, made my escape, the sinner in the city. Your ring on my middle finger's the last thing you'll ever see of me. I bet you think without you I could never survive. Bet you're wondering if I make it out alive. But I got out, baby, just in time. I saw the signs where love had died, where buzzards are flying. I left you lying in the chalk line.
When I met Susan Erwin, she was a breath of fresh air, talent beyond control, but just unbridled. And she sort of knew what she wanted when she came here. She's from Arkansas, so country kind of made sense. Nashville made sense. But man, when I heard her sing, it's like, man, I just thought, you know, your voice just lends to the old classics. And she's like, I love the old classics. You know, and Janis Joplin and this, that, and the other, and Otis Redding and this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, I mean, immediately we found this like common thread. And it just like developed from there. This vision came upon us, and it's like, yeah, let's not do the Nashville thing. I think that's going to be just a bigger stage. You know, she does the international piano circuit, and yeah, it's just bigger than what I think Nashville could have been, you know, could have treated her like, you know, and there's so much competition in the country edge here, and there's so many girls doing it, and what she's doing is definitely just herself, and you know, for me as somebody who works to give like an artist development sensation to somebody's venture, it just makes sense to give them the opportunity to understand who they are as an artist. And to create a stylist, a true stylist, a genuine performer. Frankly, if an artist doesn't sound genuine to me when they're singing, I just don't feel genuine listening to it. And I think I speak on behalf of the American population. You just have to, you know, just sing it real and from the heart. And I think we've really captured that with Susan's album.
Wasted love has given up, turn away, it's had enough of fools who play with hearts. It ends before it starts, and still we fall for wasted love. on the lonely ones and left our minds in ruins, forgetting what was true all along. Now we're starving for the very thing we throw away so carelessly. Could have turned into a feast instead of scraps upon a heap of wasted love.
After about 12 years now performing in piano bars, it's about time for me to take the big stage. I'm so blessed that I had a lot of hit songwriters on this album. David introduced me to them, and we co-wrote this album. Myself, David, and these writers sat around and all in February rhymed the diary of my life. These are all songs that are me. They're totally from my heart, totally where I am today, and I'm ready to share it with you guys.
I ain't one for being smothered, baby. Nothing much grows in the dark. You're hanging round like an old store cloud, raining on my heart. Take your hand off my shoulder, get your shadow off my skin. I might want you gone, but don't get me wrong, I may need you back again. Maybe with time my feelings will change. Maybe you'll stay on my mind. Maybe I'll cry and call out your name. But how can I miss you if you won't go away? Some things are sweeter from a distance, and love tastes better from afar. A little bit of space would go a long, long way. Boy, don't make it so hard.
When I look back at all of this and what we've envisioned, we just kind of did a hodgepodge of everything that was just cool, you know. So there's no rules really, and all that melting pot of Muscle Shoals meets, you know, Memphis meets Detroit meets, you know, the Beatles and all the English stuff, the Rolling Stones, ELO, anything on a rock and roll edge that just related to the melodic statements that we were delivering, just all came into this like melting pot, this hodgepodge, and of something that that I like to refer to as Stacks and Stones. It's just got a real bluesy edge to it, but a real rock and roll edge at the same time, colliding into one force. And it's you know, just the horn stacks on top of the English guitar riffs. It just makes for a really interesting style of music that I think is going to be a thumbprint to Susan Erwin's sound.
A year ago, I didn't expect this to happen. I expected that I would be releasing an album because I told you guys I would. But some really cool things are happening, like really cool. And I'm really excited. Like I've got a band leader that's already happening. I've got a 12-piece band that's being put together. I have a manager that is interested in me, and so I don't want to jinx myself, but this is like about to happen, and it's cool. It's really cool. So anyway, you can tell I'm excited, and I'm going to Hollywood next week, and I've got some meetings, and you know, at the very least, at the end of the day, I do what I love for a living, and you guys have helped me make this happen, and I will have an album that I'm proud of that I can release to the world. And if this goes to the next level, like big, that's a God thing, and I pray every day, and you see how hard I work, and I'm just going to keep working hard. And David Norris, thank you, because our muses have connected, they've ignited, and yeah, wow. So, Hollywood, here
I don't want to keep leading you on. Baby, I'm looking for more than I want. What you need and I don't have it to give. I hope by now that you're catching my drift. Don't get me wrong, I like the taste of your kiss, the way you trace my body with your fingertips. Let's keep this going, but I need you to know this is as deep as it's gonna